When the armored vehicle rolled over the rusty gate of the quarantine zone, Sinclair and his teammates held their breath simultaneously. What met their eyes was a desolate post-apocalyptic scene. Human bones weathered by time were scattered on the streets. Abandoned vehicles had long been swallowed up by vines, and the dilapidated building walls were painted with red numbers. To complete the task as soon as possible, Sinclair was prepared to prioritize the search for Dr. Kane's laboratory. The virus expert who was traveling with him had also heard about it. He speculated that if the doctor was still alive, there was only one place where he was most likely to be. The armored vehicle quickly reached the city center hospital. Sinclair led the team to get off and search. Various abandoned supplies were scattered all over the corridor. It was quiet all around. At this time, a soldier who remained in the armored vehicle discovered a weak woman. Ignoring his companion's warning, he brought her onto the vehicle. At this moment, the team in the hospital was suddenly attacked by the survivors. Although their equipment was simple, they were not afraid of death. As the number of people grew larger and larger, Ellie could only lead her team to temporarily retreat. She used the communicator to call for the armored vehicles outside to come for support. But to her surprise, the two armored vehicles also encountered an attack. These survivors seemed to have planned ahead, and they even prepared Molotov cocktails specifically to deal with the armored vehicles. While the soldier on guard was concentrating on driving, the girl he had rescued crept up behind him and slit his throat with a dagger. Before he died, the soldier pulled the pin of a grenade and took the girl with him and the number. One armored vehicle was completely destroyed. Sinclair and his team in the hospital fought their way out while retreating. After losing several comrades, they finally managed to escape the hospital and got into the second armored vehicle that had come to pick them up. Just as the vehicle lifted off the ground, the survivors shot an arrow from a crossbow from above, piercing the driver's neck. The armored vehicle lost control and rolled over to the roadside. Everyone hurriedly got out of the car and fired their guns to defend themselves. Although their firepower was fierce, they couldn't hold back the fierce charge of the survivors who were not afraid of death, except for two team members who took advantage of the chaos to escape. Ellie and the remaining companions had no choice but to lay down their weapons and become the captives of these savages. The leader of the survivors, Sewell, hung Sinclair on a chain and tortured him with various cruel methods to ask about his origin. He was very puzzled about where these fine equipment came from, but when Ellie frankly said that she came from outside the wall, Sewell's reaction was particularly intense. For all these years, the doctor had been telling them that there was nothing beyond the wall and it was not worth exploring, but Thor had always been yearning for the outside world. He thought that since Sinclair could come in from outside, she must be able to take him out. Thor decided to spare Sinclair's life and treat her as the key to the world beyond the wall.